Hey, how's it going on, you lovely people at Shut Door or Door Shutter, coming back to you with episode 4 of Cottage Witch, and today we are getting into house building. We are in a plains biome right next to the old Bilbo Baggins house over there, and we're gonna be trying to construct at least something here. I don't know if it's gonna be like the final base, but we're just gonna construct something here. So we're gonna kind of go plain here, nothing too extreme. So I want to be able to have, a decently sized house. Nothing. Yeah, because we basically need storage. This is all this is going to be used for, really. We'll probably build something else in the future. Let's put 3, 4. We're probably going to need more cobblestone. Do we have that thing from Cork? What was it called? This thing. 12 blocks? Okay, so let's go there. And I don't really think I want a window here. I think I wanted just a window there. Sounds good to me. But I hope everybody is doing well today. This video is going to kind of be just a little bit more rushed than anything else because I am running out of time to get this episode up for you guys. But, we're going to still take our time building this house. I think for here I actually want a window. So we're like center here. Kind of just a window looking out the back. Actually, you know what? I want a door back here. Let's just mimic the other side. I always hate having to go through the front door. I'd like a back door as well. Exactly the same as the other side. Okay. And that's a pretty decent height as well. So let's grab one of these. And let's just make like a little bit of trim on the top of the house. Okay. Oh, we might need another. And I think we'll strip this as well, so. Now let's make sure this is going this direction. Maybe. Okay, it ain't gonna work, but that's alright. And then we'll just do a cross, and we'll do a cross again. Hopefully that stripped all of it. It did, even the pieces that I completely forgot I put down. Okay. So let's see, what kind of roof do we want to do? If I had more deep slate and everything, I probably would want to do a deep slate roof, but I don't think I'd have enough. So what I think I want to try is just this. Just like that. And then use this as like a perimeter. So we'll come down just like this. Right? And I'm not going to make this like extremely tall. I think I want to go up 2 and then flat. Nope, not like that. So something like this. And then just have this be the perimeter. And then we'll do like oak stairs as the top piece. Okay, so we'll go up And then we'll just flatten it out there. But I just used all my deep slate, so I don't have any more left. Yikes. Okay. That's alright. We can finish this roof later. Or this part later, because this is just the outside trim, right? It's not really that important. We'll have to do some mining off camera, basically. Get some resources a little bit, some more cobblestone and such. Doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Do I have any more logs? I might not. Do I have any saplings? I might not have any of those either. Oh, right there. Perfect. There's actually a forest over here. Yeah, while we're going, I do want to talk about this channel just a little bit because I always like doing that every so often. I've been seeing a lot of people comment on the first episode of the Cottage Witch series, and I'm so excited you guys are enjoying the Cottage Witch series. I really haven't done anything like this, where it's just kind of like a more chill pack. It's not really forced progression. I mean, we've got quests, but those are more for, just kind of like, hey, here's the general guideline. And I love that. It doesn't feel as forced. There's no recipe changes. It's all kind of just like, here's a bare bones pack. I mean, not really even bare bones, right? There's some mods in here that I've never heard of, which is going out of their way to do that, which is a fantastic thing. I love when mod authors go out of their way to add new mods that nobody's really ever heard of or messed with. And if people have, it's like very, very low download count kind of situation. But I love it. I love seeing it. I know there's a few mods in here that I do want to look at. There was one. What was it called? I saw a mod in here. Yeah, this domestication. I saw this mod, which I have no idea what in the world it is. I found this book, The Shadow Hands, in a chest over there in the Bilbo Baggins house. I didn't pick it up, but I saw that this mod was in here. I have no idea what it is. Just another random mod that I've never heard of that we will have to look into. It looks like we have like bubbling, hurting, amphibious, vampires familiar, void cloud, curse of immaturity. Huh. Collar tag, feather on a stick. Some definitely interesting things. It looks like it's definitely like an animal mod, but I do like how we've got like pet beds even. Job blocks. Huh. What can we get from these guys? Nothing? Okay. It just looks like nothing. Interesting. Okay. So definitely some things to keep looking at here. Definitely, definitely. It's just a lot of things. I know a lot of people are saying a lot of this is cosmetic stuff, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I am kind of in for it right now. I want to see what we can get into. Once we get more resources and stuff, of course, we'll be able to make like a fancier looking house. Um, you know me. I might try to make another house and then completely just abandon it halfway through, because I've done that in a few series. All of Fabric 6 being one of them. And I think one of the things is you really don't see a lot of cosmetic packs for Forge. You see them a lot for Fabric, but I don't see them a lot for anything else. Which is kind of just an interesting observation, right? Okay. So there's our row like that. And then we're, of course, going to come over here. And the reason I'm doing that, this, because it actually should give us a little bit more room. Like, kind of make it a little bit more spacious on the inside, I think. And I have no idea what we're doing for the floor for this. But we will figure it out. Okay. So we should have enough stuff to hopefully complete the roof. I don't know what we're going to do for this. Actually, I guess we really don't need... I guess we kind of do need a block there, don't we? Unless we just put like a solid block of deep slate here instead. And then just have that. You know, that might be the best option, just so we don't have to worry about anything else. So we can just kind of have this more interesting depth feel on the inside of the house. I may just be pulling this all out of my rear, because I genuinely have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff, but it's okay. It's experimentation, right? Figuring out what we can figure out. Let's see. I still am really excited to see what we can get into. I've had a few people suggest go to the Twilight Forest to get some resources, because of course you have those large hills and stuff, the like caves type of thing, um, which honestly I've never thought about trying. We might try that. I might want to get into a magic mod before I do that though, but I'm not sure. We'll see. What's up in the air? um. Oh, 1.20, right? I wanted to talk about 1.20 because there's a pack coming out for it, right? I know we just had all the fabric, or not all the fabric, all the mods 9 release an alpha, and they've been introducing quite a few, new mods. They keep updating it, of course, because that's kind of the point of all the mods, have all the mods. Um, of course, it's another pack that I will not do on here because my computer cannot handle that, and I know that for a fact. Sadly, I would love to try and mess with that, but it also just seems overwhelming to me, in all honesty. I don't like packs that have just their intention is to have a ton of mods, because it seems it's overwhelming, honestly. But we may look into it, right? It's not completely off the table, but I don't really like packs like that. I've never have, but that's just me. So maybe one day, right? That'd be like maybe whatever Minecraft version is out whenever I hit 1,000 subscribers, kind of thing. We'll do like a live stream or something like that for like 8 hours or so. You know, it'll all be figured out, right? And we can just do all of the mods 9 or 10 or whatever. Okay, is that right? I was trying to make sure. Okay, 5 and 5, and that should be the same, right? Yep. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll put like deep slate up here. And you'll have that like little. I like that. Okay. Do we have any sand or anything? No? Okay, let's go grab some sand. That's gonna hurt. That was unintentional me going sideways. For some reason. Okay. There's also a dungeon by this location, by the way. It's right here. I did forget to mention that, but I did discover it. I didn't look in there. I just know it's a dungeon because I walked down the steps that are right there. And yeah, definitely a dungeon. Are you kidding me? I don't, please leave. Shoo. Go away. Okay, come on. What are you? Why do you have like a scythe? Oh, he's from Reaping? I've never heard of that mod either. Another one we have to look into. Reaping. Oh, it just adds scythes. Okay, and also the Vindicator. Huh. It's definitely weaker, but it has a base chance of failure. I don't know what that means. Adds a chance to drop player heads when you reap them. Okay. I got nothing on that one. Let's see. Oh, the potion effects over here is going to be annoying. That's okay. We want to grab some charcoal or coal or something here. Nope. Dang it, Quirk. Why do you gotta be this way? Right, there is no recipe for like smaller coal chunks or anything like that. But yeah, 1.20 is going to be interesting, I feel, because there's been a lot of quality of life improvements with Minecraft, and a few bugs have been fixed from years and years ago. Um, I am excited to see what happens with 1.20, but I really just have a feeling it's going to be like any other mod cycle, where it's just like, oh, there's no real new, interesting tech mods. There's nothing, spectacular. I think one of the things that really is interesting when it comes to tech mods is there hasn't been a revolution kind of thing, a new version of any of these mods in a long time. Because if you remember, back in 1.7, 1.6, and 1.4, there was that kind of cycle of Ender IO, thermal, and I don't even know if mechanism was really in the case at that point, but you would see them actually change fundamentally all the time. Um, like they would change how it works and how the blocks function or the types of blocks. Like for example, Ender IO had in the later versions, it had the different tiers of machines, right? You had the um, like the normal one block machines, which were like made of stone kind of looking, and then you had the two tall ones that were like the best ones. But back in the day, that wasn't a thing. You just had capacitors and nothing like that. And it's kind of just interesting to see all of those different evolutions of those mods. But then here in 1.19.2 and 1.18 and 1.16.5, you didn't really have any mods that did that, right? Um, I mean, besides Angel Rings, it's the only mod that I could think that has like a different version that actually has some effect on the way it's played, right? And that's not even like a big tech mod. That was just kind of like one that I could think of right off the top of my head that is different from its original starting point. And it's just interesting. It genuinely is interesting. We haven't had something like that in a long, long time, and I mean maybe that is why there's not a lot of interest in a lot of the mods anymore, because they're all the same. And I think with like the release window of a lot of these different versions, it doesn't really give people time to sit down and say, hey, what do I fundamentally want to change about my mod, right? And maybe that is the case. I'm not 100% sure. That's just kind of me spitballing. But that's what I feel like is I would love to add changes to some of my mods, the coal chunks and stuff. But it just feels like, man, if I'm just going to have to turn around and update this immediately after. And it is just it's kind of weird to say the least, because it doesn't feel like it's enjoyable to update a mod, especially of the size of thermal or mechanism or any mod like that. Um, and especially if you try to like take an old mod like Actually Editions, I know that's still being updated to later versions, but it's just like, man, the fact that they're trying to kind of improve it and update it at the same time, it's just like that takes so much longer. Same thing with IC2 and Buildcraft and all of those other mods. It's just like they haven't had the time to, create new functions and features, unless we're talking, I guess IC2 did. They've added like the whole fluid system as of 1.12.2, but it's just like going from 1.12.2, it just seems like there was 1.15, 1.16, 1.18, 1. So on and so forth, and it definitely gets a little overwhelming at some point, right? But I do hope that we have like a somewhat grace period for a little while. Because I mean, I feel like they don't have a lot of ideas anymore for mod or for like the versions of Minecraft. It's not even mods. It just feels like there's not a whole lot of content with 1.20. I know there is, right? A lot of back end changes and performance changes and stuff like that. But it just feels like it definitely could be more, more features and things for people to actually do. Because I know like the Deep Dark was added in one of the what like 1.18, 1.19. I genuinely don't know, but that just seems so lackluster. Like, oh yeah, here's the warden. You don't really do anything with him, right? Like he doesn't drop anything that's like super important, unless you're trying to get the Skull Catalyst. That's why I love seeing mods add stuff to him because it's just like there's no point in fighting him. He doesn't even have a boss bar, right? So he's not considered a boss, I would think. He's just a mob. You know, he's just like a wither skeleton, basically. Even more useless than a wither skeleton. I don't know. It's just how I've felt over the last few years. Is it just doesn't seem like they have come up with a clear and precise, plan of action for a lot of the things they've added. It's just like a new silverfish, basically. Man, this house looks a little funny without that trim piece. And also, how long are we gonna have the whole monsters are nearby kind of stuff? I wish they would fix that because it's like I'm inside of a house. I don't care if there's monsters outside. I'm inside my house. It's like, oh, it makes it harder. It's like, no. It's like they're not gonna break down my house, while I'm sleeping. Interesting. But you know what? I think it's been an episode. We've got the starting foundation of a house. We've got our floor placed, and I think we're gonna wrap this one up here. This has definitely been more of a kind of just chill and build, with a little bit of kind of just talk in between. I definitely will be getting some deep slate between this episode and next, so we can finish off this roof. And thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Cottage Witch. I know we really didn't get a lot done today, but it's just kind of a chill one. Thank you. Stay awesome. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye bye.